It's inevitable. A Mormon church leader once told my wife and I years ago when we were first married of an experience where he'd had some really important documents from another church leader that he really cherished and had lost them or had them stolen in a suitcase or something. I can't remember the exact details of the story, but his final words of the story were, well, things happen to things. So that's really stuck with me over the years, and that's good perspective. Things happen to things. So my little notebook that I use to jot down thoughts and inspiration and things I need to keep in mind has gone the way of all things, I guess. It is no longer with me, and I don't know where it is. So after looking for it for a while, I thought, well, the fountain of all wisdom is definitely not that little book. It had some great things that I felt were great that I wanted to keep track of, but alas, just no more for now. I'll probably find it. So I started over again with the little notebook, and I started thinking about things I wanted to remember over the last few days. It's been a bit busy, and I haven't had the chance to really sit down and write my thoughts down or record them here. But I had some great experiences with some of my interactions with, especially one with an employee. And as usual, the things that I talk about or the counsel that I give, or I don't know if it was counsel, but it was more just trying to get that person's perspective on the business and on things that we could improve upon and so on. And as I was sharing things, I thought, yeah, those are good things to remember. So they probably weren't coming from here. They were coming from my higher self and maybe here. But great things to remember. And one of the things that I was talking about over the course of the past few days and trying to keep in mind was, and ultimately what my higher self, my inner being is counsel, because I ask, what do I need to know, right? So too many distractions in life to remember. So I'm sure my inner being and my higher self is happy to remind me. But just staying present. I remembered Eckhart Tolle, and that was one of the key things in his life, was being present, being in the eternal now, focusing on just what's going on. And in my conversation with the employee, I was mentioning how previously in my life, and to a certain extent now too, it's being human after all, being distracted by, or what did I say? Stuck in the past. So letting those past things kind of haunt you or stack up and worry you or depress you or cause you anxiety or cause you guilt. All of those are possible. Being stuck in the past and distracted by the future, all the things you want, the things you fear. Being in the now is really key, because that's where your creative power is. That's where all of your power is. It's the only thing you can change is now. So my inner being counseled me this morning. Stay grounded, stay focused on what is it that you want, and envision the having of it now. And remembering that I am, you are, the true mover and shaker of our own lives, our own reality. And as I think of at least one of my managers that tends toward being stressed and making himself physically ill because of it. I need to, and I am trying to, and am largely, especially more recently than ever before, embodying the ideal person that I want to be, and that will strengthen and help the people that are beneficiaries of profitable businesses, right? Confident, peaceful, visionary, intuitive, empathetic, empathic, however that works. Definitely not pathetic. Anyway, and then just focusing on what it is that we want, and asking for and being actively open to thoughts that are part of solutions and expecting them. Because as wiser people than I have said, miracles are the norm, not the exception.